Have you ever second guessed a money decision even though your gut was telling you the right answer? Money intuition is real, and learning how to trust it can lead to better financial decisions. In this video, I'll share with you the signals for your financial intuition and the 4 steps to build those intuitive muscles so that you can start trusting your inner wisdom more and stop overthinking. I'm Ellen Rogin. I help people stress less, prosper more, and do so without the push. And today we're going to talk about your money intuition and how that quiet nudge can often lead you in ways to build your prosperity and without all the stress. We're taught that with money and in business that we should rely on the numbers and the facts and the spreadsheets. But quite often, our best decisions come from our gut, our inner knowing. And yet, we often don't trust this sense that we have that can lead us in really great ways. You know, that sense of this just feels right or something's off here. I bet you can think of a time when you had a sense that you shouldn't do something, but the numbers or the experts were leading you in a different direction. And afterwards, it just didn't pan out like you thought it would. Or you had the sense that something just felt right. And often it led you in the right direction, even though the numbers behind it weren't necessarily supporting it. Now, there's a balance here with your money. Of course, you want to be well informed and make good decisions, but often we're not trusting of our own inner guidance system. Problem is, we often override the decisions that we feel like we should be making. But studies suggest that our subconscious mind actually processes information more quickly than the rational mind. So sometimes intuition is simply wisdom that's disguised as instinct. Now, I'm not saying you should completely ignore rational thought or research. What I'm saying is that your intuition is a beautiful guide. Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx, talks about using her intuition in her business. She's quoted as saying, "The best way that I can describe it is I have run this business. I have run my life very, very connected to intuition, which is all we have." She continues to say, "I have an inner knowing, and I've always said, I just know. I know when it's the right time for the business. I know when it's the right time for me. I've been harnessing my intuition most of my life and becoming a lifelong student on manifesting and visualizing. It's been the education that has served me the best in creating something like Spanx. It was the right time and I knew it." And this was when she was talking about the time to sell Spanx. And Sara Blakely was the youngest self-made billionaire woman in the world. Her intuition led her very well financially. She ended up selling the majority ownership in Spanx to the private equity firm Blackstone for $1.2 billion. As I share in my book, Messages from Money, there are 4 steps to listening to your intuition. And it's really like making a pact with money. The P in pact is present. It is almost impossible to hear your inner guidance system with a noisy, noisy mind that's chatting at you all the time. You need to have quiet and presence to hear your own good intentions. The A is being aware. And this is noticing sensations in your body. Our body can be a great indicator of how we're feeling about things. If we're nervous, if something just feels right, it often speaks to us through sensations. So noticing the signs that you see, being aware. Being aware can also be signs that you see outside. Literally, a sign, if you ask a question, might be giving you an answer. Or you may have an inner knowing that comes, or a thought, or someone that you randomly meet That could be providing a sign that you're on the right track. The C in PACT is being curious and asking questions. It's a great activity to ask your inner guidance system, your intuition, a question and wait for the answer. And if you get an answer back and you're not sure about it, ask again. Curiosity is a beautiful way to tap into your intuition. And the T in PACT is about trust, and it's trusting your intuition. If you're not sure, as I said in curious and C, ask again. And you can practice building this intuitive muscle in this trust with low stakes things. So I'll do this when I go for a walk. I'll think to myself, which way should I go? And I'll just head in that direction, trusting what my inner knowing is telling me to do. And the more you build that bicep muscle of your intuition, hearing a sign, seeing something that is directing you in a certain way, or noticing how you're feeling, the more you trust it, the stronger that muscle becomes. Now, some people worry about the difference between intuition and fear. Like if they're afraid of something, is that their intuition telling you? Well, intuition usually feels grounded and not frantic. Fear feels frantic. So this inner knowing, this trusting, even if it's telling you not to do something, feels different than freaking out, worrying about what's going to happen. Have you ever been in a situation where you haven't listened to your intuition and you regretted it? I can think back about a time in business where I was working with someone and something felt off. And several things happened that I thought, well, that was weird. And I didn't lean into that because I wanted things to work out. I didn't ask the questions that I should have asked. And there was so much friction in this relationship that didn't need to be there. I probably still would have gone ahead with the arrangement, but with a lot less stress and a lot more empowerment because I would have asked the questions that I needed answered. So since then, I've learned from that. And when I have that feeling something feels off, I trust it. And that's the thing, that it's all around learning. So if there are times when you haven't listened to your intuition, or times when you have, go ahead and learn from those, because that's how we grow. So ask yourself, how do you listen to your intuition when making financial decisions? This is from the Money Talks card deck. And these are conversation starters around money. They can be conversations that you have with other people in your life, or you could use them as prompts for self-discovery around your relationship with money. So how do you listen to your intuition when making financial decisions? So here's a practical application. The next time you have a financial decision in front of you, take a breath, relax, and ask, what feels true here? And wait for the answer to arrive. Don't push it. Sometimes it'll take some time, but really lean into what feels true for you. Over the years, I've grown my money intuition and tap into this inner knowing in my messages for money sessions. These are intuitive sessions with people to help them enhance their relationship with money, to help them get messages directly for them from money. And people have found that these are incredibly calming, clearing, and instructive in terms of how they can have a better, happier, more prosperous relationship with their money. So if that's something you're curious about, there's a link below to learn more about messages from money. There's also a link if you want to learn more about the Money Talks cards and how you can use these in your own life and with people in your business or personal life. If this video has been helpful for you to trust your inner guidance a bit more and you think it'd be helpful for a friend, go ahead and share this with them. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you can get more videos on creating prosperity on purpose.